Hey guys, I know you're not used to hearing my voice on Thursday, but what I have to cover today is pretty important. This won't take much of your time whatsoever, and really, I'll call it a hot take, but it's something I've been thinking about. And what I've been thinking about is as you look around and cruise the internet and go on Facebook, Instagram, even just news articles and headlines, there's a lot that is messed up in the world, to be completely frank and honest with you. And when you really see the impact on people, especially with like gas prices, and I mean that hits people's bottom line. We've covered it on the show before, but where somebody that's, let's say they're commuting 40 miles to work. Let's just say they get 20 miles a gallon in their truck or car. So let's just say 2 gallons a day, right, to get to work and 2 gallons to get back. So 4 gallons a day. And I'm going to use math here because this is really what it makes sense to do. And gas is up $2 a gallon effectively from like the start of the year, especially over like a year ago. So gas being up $2 a gallon, 4 gallons a day is what somebody drives, and that's just to and from work, not mentioning other errands or other outings, things like that. So they're paying $8, more a day, $40 a week to get to work. So that $40 a week, and let's say they make even $20 an hour, which is like 15 after taxes. So they have to work 2.5 hours to commute for a week. So 5% of their week is effectively just going to gas, let alone everything else to cover their lives. I'm saying this and putting it in plain, blunt terms, and this doesn't even include milk, food, like water, all the other things that have increased over the last 6 months. So for those people that are even at the bottom, which $20 an hour used to be a good living wage, and now we're not there in a lot of areas. But for all of you out there, just know that some of the people that do basically the hardest jobs and really make our country and economy function and work are having some of the hardest times. Again, when you have to spend 5% of your hours and time to just pay for gas, like that's a lot. So we have to remember that those people are going to be some of the hardest hit during these times. And in construction, we build communities. We're the ones that help to make sure that the roads get built, the houses get built, the everything else, right? We are a big part of our communities. Construction is a huge part of our communities. We have to not forget the rest of the people that are in those communities. This could be a laborer on your job site, a greenhorn, an intern, whatever, that they're having a hard time. So as you're out in your communities, whether that's at the gas pump, at the grocery store, somebody, they might get their card declined. They might be trying to pay for gas or food, some bare essentials, bare necessities. And for us as leaders within our communities, just be on the lookout for that. Like I will mention it in an upcoming episode, but I wanted to get this out there to all of you in really this time of increased cost, stress, uncertainty in the world, to where we need to take care of our communities. The people around us, we need to make sure that we're looking out for each other. Yes, the news and politics and what's happening in Washington and across the world is frankly quite unnerving in what's going on. But at the end of the day, we live in our communities. That's where we live, work, play, everything like that. And if we can take care of our neighbors in our communities, that grows from a local level to, for your city, county, to state, to federal, right? And then across the world. So if we can take care of the people in our communities, in our world, in our, 3-foot world, then we can really help to impact on a larger scale. So not only, continue to be a good person and help other people, but just be on the lookout for those that might be really struggling financially. They didn't cause gas prices. They're just trying to go to work. They're trying to do their part and their piece to keep, their family fed. And it's not easy out there. So just be on the lookout. And if you can, support other people, support the people around you, tip well. Everyone's just trying to show up, do their best, go to work. And, and especially those that are doing a really great job. One of the things that I really look for in going to restaurants now is, is the service good? The food, if the food's decent and the service is good, sign me up, right? So things like that is super important to at least me. And so for those that are showing up, that are really giving a good effort, that are doing a great job, make sure to reward them accordingly. We are a service industry. Construction is a service. Somebody else could swing that same hammer, could bend that same conduit. Probably not as good as you do, but they could do it. So we are a service industry, and we should support other people within the service industries as well. So bottom line, we are leaders in our communities. Let's act like them, tip well, give well, go to charity dinners, go to all that kind of stuff. I went to one on this last Friday, so a week ago, or Saturday, went to a charity dinner for our local communities to, it doesn't really matter what it's for, but went to a charity dinner, and you should be doing the same. Going to charity dinners, whether that's for your local, whatever, right? Police, fire, environment, doesn't matter what it is. Education, all those things are a must in this time. So continue to support your local communities, go out in your community, be active, be a part of it. And this is the message that we need to hear and pass on to everyone else now, especially in this time. Again, construction, you guys are a big part of our communities and should continue to help, give, grow, everything like that, especially in times that are hard. So thank you guys for listening to this little hot take, and I hope that you take this to heart and go out and do something. So thank you guys so much for listening, and until next time, this is this episode of the Construction Corner Podcast.